Hey guys, welcome to the channel and welcome back to another video. Now, on this video, I want to ask you guys these 6 questions, 6 personal financial questions, to see if you can answer them. And if you can answer these 6 questions, let me know in the comments below how you did, like sort of a quiz, right? I just want to ask you guys these questions because I was sitting around thinking about, what types of things do we need to know as we get ready to think about maybe retiring, or even as we want to be better and better with our personal finances. So I came up with these 6 questions and I wanted to share them with you guys, and just let me know again in the comments below how you did. So the first question is this. We'll just jump right into it. The very first question is, what are your financial goals, your personal financial goals, right? What are the goals that you set for yourself in terms of your personal finances? Now, when you set a goal, a personal financial goal, that goal has to be measurable or quantifiable, and it has to have some time associated with it, right? So every personal financial goal that you ever make, it needs to be specific, right? It needs to be something that you can actually achieve, and then you can measure whether or not you achieved it. And that's why it has to have some time associated with it, and it has to have an amount associated with it, right? So, for example, a good personal financial goal might be something like this, real specific. I want to have $15,000 in my emergency fund by December 31st of this year, right? That's very specific. It has time associated with it, and you can measure on January 1st whether or not you actually achieved it. That's a good personal financial goal. Now, just saying, oh, I want to get better with my money, that's not a good goal. So again, you got to answer the question, and here's the question. Do I have, or do I know my personal financial goals? Again, when you do a goal, let me make sure we're clear. You have a big vision, right? You have a vision of where you want to be with your money. But then you have specific goals that you want to achieve with your personal finances. And your goals don't have too many goals, guys. That's a big problem. People want to have 8, 9, 10 different goals. Listen, just have a few goals. The more goals you have, the more possibility you won't achieve all of them. So you might as well keep your goals to a minimum. 2 goals, 4 goals, right? Maybe 5 at the most, but very few goals. And then you have your big vision, you have your goals, and then under each goal, you got to have some action steps, some things that you're going to do on a regular, everyday basis, or every week basis, or maybe even once a month. But you're going to do it regularly to make sure you're achieving that goal. So goal number 1, you have big vision, goal number 1, and then you have 3 or 4 action steps that you're going to do, habits that are going to become daily, weekly, or monthly, right? Under each goal. Right? This is how you write out your financial goals and you make sure you achieve them, right? So, and then when you get to the end of the term of the goal, or the end of the time frame, say it's January 1st, December 31st is over, if we're using that example again, then you can go back and check and see, how did you do on those goals? How did you do on those action steps, right? So, but you have to ask that question up front. What are my personal financial goals? Can you answer that question? Now, the second question is, do I have enough money in my emergency fund? Can you answer that question? And not only do I have enough, but how much do I have, right? So I always recommend, like most people do, that you have 3 to 6 months of your expenses saved up for emergencies. Now, I like to say have 3 to 6 months of your needs, right? Because you may have things on your budget every month that are just things you want to do. You don't necessarily need to have money for that, but you need to have 3 to 6 months of your needs saved up. So do you have 3 to 6 months of your needs, and how much is that? So guys, remember, this is a challenge from me to you to say, how much of these things do you actually know? And can you actually pull off the top of your head, because you already got it in your mind, because you're really focused on your personal finances and growing them. Guys, if you get value from this video, please smash the like button below. And please consider subscribing to this channel if you're not already a subscriber. And also, don't forget to share this video with your friends and your family. Now, the third question is, what is my net worth? That's a question that you should know, or you should have a really good idea about off the top of your head. Do you know that answer? Do you know the answer of, do you have, or what is your net worth? What is your assets? How much? What is your liabilities? How much? Right? It's a question that you really want to be able to answer, because your net worth is a really good snapshot, right? You know, if you work on a computer or something and you work at a job and software, they use a software system usually has a dashboard, right, that shows you a snapshot of everything going on. Well, a net worth statement where you have your assets and your liabilities and your net worth, that's a really good snapshot of where you are with your money, right? Do you know those numbers? Do you know those figures, right? Because it's also a snapshot of your discipline with money over the last 10, 15, 20 years. Because everything that you've done with money up to today is shown right on your assets and liabilities statement in terms of your growth of your money, growth of your assets and net worth. It's right there in front of you. That's why you need to kind of have a mental snapshot of where you are in terms of your net worth with your assets and liabilities. The next question is an interesting question because it deals with your ability to track your money on a regular basis, your income and your income and expenses, right? So the next question is this: what is the discretionary income that you have, right? Again, these are questions that most people really can't answer. They can't answer all of them. They might know one or two, but you know your income, you know your expenses roughly every month. Your expenses could change, right? But roughly, a general idea, how much extra do you have left over every single month? And when I say extra, I'm talking about the difference between your income and your expenses. How much is it? Is it $300? Is it normally between $500 and $700? Is it $1,500, right? It just depends. Everybody's a little different. Everybody's household is different. What everybody makes and spends is a little bit different. But you want to be able to track it. And if you've been tracking it on a monthly basis with a budget, then you should have a pretty good idea of about what that is, right? You should kind of know in general how much extra money you have every month. Remember, that extra money is the money that you do things like put towards your emergency fund, pay down your debt, do your investing and all that stuff. So do you know it? Do you have an idea what that discretionary number is between your income every month and the expenses you have every single month? It should be a range, right? Now, the fifth number that you ought to know, or the fifth question that you would have to answer in terms of your personal finances is, what is the percentage of your overall income that you invest, say, in the stock market or in any assets? What is that percentage? Do you invest about 10% of all of your gross income? Let's say you make $100,000. Are you investing $10,000 every year, $15,000 every year? What is that percentage of your overall gross income that you're actually investing in assets, right? Maybe it's only 3%, 2%, maybe it's nothing, right? But the point is, do you know that number? Do you know exactly what percentage of your gross income you're investing, whether it be in real estate, stock market, what have you, right? That's a question that a lot of folks really can't answer. So that's a money question that I'm challenging you. Now, the challenge is, do you know all 6 of these? But that's one that's very important to know. Now, finally, number 6 is this. It's not really a number, but it's a general question that a lot of folks can't answer, and I want to challenge you and see if you could answer it. The question is this: how do I generate additional streams of income? How am I generating additional streams of income, more income? Am I working overtime? Do I have a second job? Do I have a side hustle or side business? Right? What is that? Right? What does it look like? Understanding, first of all, when you do a budget, you're going to understand how much money you're bringing in, right? You're going to know your different income sources. But is there ways to make additional income that you're thinking about or you want to get into? And so it's not really a question about how much you're making on the side. That's not the question. The question is, do you have a plan, and what is that plan to generate additional income, right? So that's the specific question. How am I generating additional income, or how do I plan to generate additional income? Do you know that answer? I've done some polls and things like that on my different social media websites or different social media platforms, and I'm noticing that most people don't have the answers to all of those questions. If you have a good solid handle on your personal finances, then you would probably be able to answer all 6 of those questions with no problem, right? A lot of us can't do it because a lot of us just don't sit and think about our personal finances to that level, right? Although we use money every day, Sometimes we need more money, right? We wish we had more money, but we just don't strategize around how to get that extra money. Strategize about, okay, take good inventory of what we currently have to add to what we currently have and have more, right? So a lot of people really don't do that, right? We sit around and think about, well, I may do this, I may do, oh, my TV show's on, right? I may do, oh, I got to go eat. I may do this, I got to wash clothes, right? We have these things in the back of our mind, but we just don't really either put them on paper or don't think hard enough about them. So, hey guys, can you answer those 6 money questions? That's my challenge to you. And if you can, let me know in the comments below. And if you can't, still let me know in the comments below, guys. If you got any value at all out of this quick video, do me a favor, smash that like button, share the video with somebody who you think may need to know what these questions are, and challenge them and say, hey, do you know the answers to these questions, right? But do me that favor and share the video. And if you're a first-time visitor to my channel, please consider subscribing to my channel. I really would appreciate it. Guys, I offer one-on-one financial mentoring and coaching. If you're looking to grow your current income by adding additional streams of income, or you simply want to maximize your current income and get the most you can out of your money right now, or if you simply just want to become a better manager over your money, a better steward over your current personal finances, I may be a good fit for you. You'll find a link to my one-on-one personal financial mentoring and coaching below, along with a link to my schedule. Please feel free to reach out to me, guys. Hey, the best person to take care of the old you is the young you. Take care of yourself and take care of other people. Until the next video, peace.